Wanted to do this video on spotted lanternflies. As you can see, these guys are everywhere, all over my grapevines. They very much love grapevines, so every day I have to come out here and spray these down. I use Dawn dish soap and water because it's not a chemical or anything like that. Safe for the plants. Yeah, they're everywhere. So it's one of these things you just have to stay on top of if you have the type of plant that really favors them a bunch, which the grapes do. You'll find droves of them on your grapes. When this thing started up, I tried a couple methods. One being I tried the tree wraps that you use. And I kept a good eye on them because I feed the squirrels and I feed, birds and everything. So I didn't want it to be hazardous to them. And on the early going, I watched a few, squirrels run across it. So I really didn't think it was any kind of risk because they were able to get on and off of it, but it was strong enough to catch a bug. But at one point I saw a piece of it up in the trees, which means it did attach to an animal, so I was all done using it at that point. So now I just use the soap and water, and then I'll show you another thing that's very good to include in your gardens if you want to fight against these lanternflies. These grapes have done very good this year, and had them for a few years. This is the first year that I'm actually seeing developing grapes on them. And of course I'm more likely to lose those to birds and squirrels and things of that nature for now, but it's the beginning of this thing just busting with grapes, at least within the next few years. And I'm very excited for that because I've always wanted grapevines. So one thing you should plant to fight against the spotted lanternfly is milkweed. Not only is milkweed toxic to spotted lanternflies, it's also wonderful for monarch butterflies. It's the sole host plant for monarch butterflies, so if they lay their eggs on this, their larvae will eat, their caterpillars will eat off of the leaves of the milkweed, and it's the only plant that they can do that with. That species specific butterfly needs this plant very much, so this allows a lot more monarch butterflies in your garden. And it is somewhat invasive, as they say, and it does a lot of spreading, so you see it will seed, and I got another piece of it that's stemming off here from this that I planted last year. So it's a good thing to have. I plan on adding a lot more to my garden because it's pretty, it attracts butterflies, and it helps to kill off the things that we don't want here. So, great idea.